up in a clip now. Actually, this rock and roll song doesn't have any fucking words, so let's just say some shit. And we'll just splice the two things together.
I've lost the plot and should be shot on the spot and put in a cot and left to rot for smoking pot and put in a cot, and that's the lot.
Get your face in there and say your bit. Say again. What?
I've lost the plot and should be shot on the spot and put in a cot and left to rot for smoking pot, and that's the lot.
Okay. What other profundities are at the forefront of your mind, Joseph?
I would like a chance to prance at the dance to enhance my dancing prancing.
Once more.
I would like a chance to prance at the dance to enhance my dancing prancing.
Cool. And you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
I be a vegetarian there. I only eat vegetables, man. Nothing else. Just vegetables, and I be a pirate as well.
Okay. You probably wouldn't find too many vegetarian. Actually, there's a whole vegan pirate movement.
How there be a vegan pirate movement? Only problem is you're not allowed to have any alcohol because it's vegetarian and vegan, so you can't do that.
You just categorically...
You can't be like this. You can't say, hello, I've 28 billion gallons of vodka today. I apologise for the inconvenience caused.
You're categorically kind of like a teetotaler when you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
I'm a vegetarian teetotaler and I'm an ice and mess.
But, so where did Ray go? Is he in the art room, is he?
Oh, is it?
What are these two?
Is it screwdriver's thing?
All right. Well, and I'll splice this into the track.
Okay, right.
The track's called Revolution.
Yeah.
Can you say some things about Revolution? I'll splice it in.
Revolution.
Hang on. Joseph's going to say some stuff about Revolution.
I'd like to make a few statements about revolutions. The first one is we need a revolution because we have too many rich people in this world who have too much money. We need to share the wealth evenly, and so it's really, really important that we think about this. And even the political debates now, just in Australia, you may not necessarily like either the Liberal Party or Labour Party, but fact of the matter is the arguments which come from the centre-left Labour Party these days, if you can even call them that, some people would say they're right as well, but the arguments which are coming out of the Labour Party are now saying we need to take some of the wealth away from the richer side of society and give it to the poorer side of society. I agree with that, but I think to be less mainstream in terms of talking about major political parties, I think there are smaller political parties who are on the left side which can actually articulate these views much better than the Labour Party can. And I think that's important. And now we have Michael, who's just joined the conversation.
Yes, I've just my bag. I have to take my bag.
The subject is revolution.
Revolution.
What sort of a revolution should we have?
And there's a song. There's just this riff, and we just need. You can't hear it.
No.
You're just going to say some stuff.
Okay, right. Well, the revolution, I believe, is what's happened in New Zealand. It's the watershed. The woman who received a vote first in New Zealand. Rutherford split the atom that protected us from the Japanese invasion. Hillary climbed the mountain first. So this watershedding that New Zealand is so good at, and Australia is so wonderful at following, is that the borders of New Zealand are now closed to the immigration of Chinese and Indians. So the revolution will be the Anglo-Saxons rising up saying enough's enough. 29% now recognise as not being born in Australia, 25% are of Asian extract, and so therefore let's close the borders. We don't need any more of this, and let's just get on with it and have a beautiful life in Australia.
In terms of closing the borders, Ronald Reagan was once quoted as telling Mikhail Gorbachev, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall, and then Donald Trump said, we're going to build a wall many years later.
He did.
So I think we need to, I beg to disagree slightly with Michael. I feel we need to not build up walls, we need to tear down walls.
We want a revolution, we want a transformation.
He's a lot older than you.
Yes, a lot wiser.
He's one of the. He's one of the Pluto in Leo.
Yes.
You're kind of like a bit of a boomer. boomer, aren't you?
A baby boomer, yes.
baby boomer. I'm generation-
I boomed into the world in 1956.
I'm Generation X.
And we're kind of classic X's.
I'm
Right.
Generation X. I'm a goat.
I'm not into walls.
Well, the X's are very feminine because 2 X's doesn't make a Y.
Besides, you
I'm
can't
fully-
make a wall. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to build it right into the ocean and keep building it? Like,
Well,
what,
the funniest thing is that
you want to get around a wall? You just
40%
swim to the ocean, swim around the wall and
planes,
do it.
40% of immigration into America is flown by planes, and so what's a wall got to do with it? What we want is zero immigration of Indians and Chinese, actually anybody really. We don't need them anymore. Let's give it back to the Aboriginals and start living in a beautiful way, you know, like that the Aboriginals lived originally, you know, very communal, very loving, and a lot of Jesus. We need a lot of Jesus the most. Now you want revolution? I'll give you revolution. The communist, socialist leader of the world was Jesus Christ, but an atheist, atheist communism.
We won't be able to get him
Absolute
back off.
Okay.
We won't be able to get him back off the
Communism
subject.
is rubbish.
I feel
I'm going to enlighten. I'm going to go up. Do you see that? That's.
Thanks for
see
your
that blood.
thanks for your evangelistic seed.
Thank you very much. Well, you can count the number of seeds in an apple, but you cannot count the number of apples in a seed.
If you eat the seeds, you don't get cancer.
Good. Well, the seed, when
Apple seeds.
the seed that joins
seeds.
another revolutionary, transformational thing that I'd love to explain to you all is the number one killer in the world is abortion. When that seed of the DNA enters into that egg, you and I, at this particular point in our time, is already predestined to exactly that person. Just like the seed in an apple that we can't tell how many apples.
I'm going to be the devil's advocate and say women own their own bodies. They've always
That's not
or
revolution.
should have held the rights to reproduction the whole time, but men have got 24% more muscle, thicker skin and body mass than women, and so they've lorded it over them for millions of years.
Stop trying to.
And that concludes our segment on revolution.
Oh, but I want to say that I'm Generation X, and we're different from the so-called baby boomers. You're Generation X as well.
Yeah, we don't.
I think in terms of Generation X, Michael's back to promote the virtues
I'm an
of
XY
Generation.
man. I know right from wrong.
He's about as
It doesn't
open-minded
mean-
as you get for a boomer, but he's still a boomer.
Generation
He's still a
that's
boomer.
right, is a baby boomer. No, I think Generation
boomerang won't
X
come back.
was misunderstood by the older generations.
My
We
boomerang
we
won't
started
come
in
back.
about people born after about 1965. So we were leaving school.
I look like I am 65. Look, I look like fucking Bob Geldof.
We were leaving school in the early 80s and after. And we were the only generation which was allowed to leave school and virtually go straight onto the Dole if we wanted. And of course, the older generations hated us for it.
I had to be told that there was a thing called the Dole.
Oh, did you?
I got kicked out of home at 17, started working in a place I despised because I was vegetarian. I was forced to work in McDonald's.
Oh, no.
And then a guy who was bringing the drugs into McDonald's,
Hey, man, I want drugs, man.
bringing the acid trips in.
I want drugs.
He goes, you get on the Dole. I said, what the fuck's that? He goes, they give you money. And I went, oh.
Hey man, I want drugs and I want money, man. I don't know where my drugs are, man. They've gone.
Bring them back.
Bring back my drugs, man. Who stole my vodka and what have you done with it?
Acid was the best.
I want acid, man.